The New England Patriots went on the field today in Minnesota, and they had another great performance. 2-0 in the preseason. I know the preseason doesn't mean much, but the rest of the team, after what we saw in joint practices throughout the week, you kind of bounced back, and you went on the field, and you showed the Vikings, the second-team Vikings, that you are truly here for the NFL. 20-12 win over the Minnesota Vikings, 2-0 in the preseason, and this is a good thing to see. Welcome into Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper, and you can see here, it was mainly the Josh Dobbs show, mainly the JaMycal Hasty show, and we are going to talk a lot, and I mean a lot, about that dude right there, because I think he is officially, and I mean officially, made the team, Mr. Efton Chism. We'll get that in a little bit, but you can see these stats right here. You started off with Drake Maye, kind of not playing much. You had 2 drives, and the drive stalled at the beginning, the first drive, and I'm going to complain over and over and over. The refs, they're in preseason too, because to start the game, it was 3rd down. Drake Maye throws a beautiful ball on a wheel route to TreVeyon Henderson, and it is the linebacker, whoever was guarding him, just immediately mauls him. And he falls down. No call. They're like incomplete. The drive ends. And Drake Maye, solid numbers for the day. 4 for 7, 46 yards. You're not going to expect him to absolutely light this kind of show up when you're only playing in 2 drives. But the main thing that I was trying to look at was the offensive line good? And the offensive line, for the most part, it was good. We didn't see Jared Wilson start the game of what we saw last week against the Commanders. It was Ben Brown. He was starting at left guard. Will Campbell was at left tackle. I'd have to go through the exact film to see exactly how the offensive line was, but it felt like Drake Maye wasn't going out and kind of running for his life. And you see here, they dominated the time of possession. There was not that many penalties. I don't remember penalties much with the first team in. 3rd downs, good conversions, 12 for 20. But it was what we saw from the first team, and I'm not going to really kind of get overexcited about this because the Vikings, they sat everybody. There wasn't J.J. McCarthy. You didn't see Justin Jefferson. You didn't see Jordan Addison. You saw none of the starters. But it felt like there was a big, big connection with this team. And I think we need to at least admit it or talk about it and say it at this point. Ramondre Stevenson did not play today because he is hurt. And Mike Vrabel, happy belated birthday to him. He said it was nothing to be serious about, nothing to really look at and be like, okay, this is short term. But this guy right here just shows every single practice, every single game of just how good he truly is. And what we want to see is that thunder and lightning. And TreVeyon Henderson has both. He was catching passes. And when they got into the red zone, when the Patriots got into the red zone, they immediately hand the ball off 8 yards outside of the end zone. Hand off to TreVeyon Henderson, bolts his way in, carries about 2 to 3 guys on his back, and scores a touchdown. And you just immediately think, this guy's the real deal. This guy is for sure a star in the making. And he also was returning kick returns. He didn't have a kick return for touchdown like we saw in the past. But overall, it just shows that Henderson, I think, is going to be this running back 1. I think he's going to be easily the starting running back going into week 1. I love you, Ramondre. I know you make a lot of money. I know you've been here. You had 1,000 yards back in 2022. But Henderson looks like the real deal. And I think that Mike Vrabel sees it. I think that Josh McDaniels sees it. And I think that we truly see a star in the making, and Henderson is going to be a running back 1. We didn't see Stefon Diggs on the field, unfortunately. They're still resting him, getting him ready for week 1 after all that goddamn controversy that you want to call it with his Diana Rossini interview. But Matt Collins looked actually really solid. 3 catches, 38 yards. There was one particular play where you see Drake Maye roll out. It's a 3rd down. He's sitting in the pocket, and finds Matt Collins right in the zone, and Drake Maye throws it off his back foot. Easy toe tap grab, and Matt Collins was able to haul it in. He was finding him a lot, and that is your deep threat going into the 2025 season. I know we have Kyle Williams. I know you have Stefon Diggs. Pop Douglas, he looked solid. But it was Matt Collins who was looking the best throughout this entire game going with the first team. But Kyle Williams, he looked good with the second team. I'm not going to lie. 3 catches, 24 yards, 8 yards per catch. He didn't get as many reps as you would want to because Josh Dobbs threw him a ball and immediately pounded. And he kind of sat there for a little bit. And you're wondering, is he hurt? Hopefully he's not. And with a guy that's a rookie going into this league, he got his wind knocked out of him. And Mike Vrabel said that they'll have more information about Kyle Williams tomorrow. He left today's game early after taking a hard hit with a reception up the middle. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him. I'm looking at the play now, and it was kind of a hospital ball by Josh Dobbs. It is what it is. But he got hammered right in the chest. And he didn't limp off the field. He kind of just walked off. He was dapping up his team, like still made the catch, but hopefully he's all right. I think he just got the wind knocked out of him. It's kind of your welcome to the NFL moment. Like, these are hard hitters. But the guy that needs to be talked about the absolute most is Efton Chism III, man. First, right off the bat, six targets, 6 receptions for Efton Chism. And when I look at him, it was, okay, he's going to get a lot of reps during the second half with the second team. Immediately, over the middle, Josh Dobbs finds him. Josh Dobbs finds him for a 33-yard gain. And then it is 12 yards outside of the end zone. He throws him a little just flat route, trying to find him, get a little short gain, breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles, 3 tackles, 4 tackles, 5 tackles, dives into the end zone, touchdown. It was an awesome play to see and something that just gives you flashbacks of Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola. This guy right away, I think, and after that touchdown, didn't see him on the field the rest of the game because the Patriots knew that he is there. We don't need to see enough from you, Efton. You're good. You're good. We got you. We don't want you to get hurt. We're going to keep you on the field as little as possible because I think you made the team. And if you go back and watch the Patriots broadcast, which they tweeted out the highlight, Scott Zolak, they were getting really hype, and Scott Zolak doesn't even say a word, celebrating. He just said, "Oh my God, this dude just made the team." He's like, "I'm sorry, but he just made the roster." And I think Kendrick Bourne needs to look out for his position. I think Javon Baker, he looks really good in camp, but when you go into game time, he's not showing up at all. And Efton Chism is showing up in practice, in joint practices, in training camp, whatever you want to call it, and then showing out on the field. I think he has truly shown that he is going to be a part of this 53-man roster. Now talking about the defense just a little bit, there wasn't much where I looked at it and it was really good. Alex Austin had an interception, which was cool to see. There's one guy, though, and it's Anthony Jennings, and I talked mess about him nonstop. I've talked down on him, and I'll apologize. I just didn't think he was going to make this roster because he was playing all the way into the fourth quarter. Well, he had 3 tackles today, 3 tackles for loss, and 3 QB hits. Why? Because they were all sacks. He was getting to the quarterback nonstop, and he really showed out. And he's probably one of my biggest winners on the defense. And I really liked what I saw out of Anthony Jennings. Last week it was Truman Jones. This week it was Jennings. You also saw Harold Landry trying to pop the ball out, but that was first team. Jennings playing with the third team going into the second half of the season. Yeah, you kind of saw him, but the last guy that I would probably talk about, and this is a true concern for me because he was on the last play of the game, and he did get the interception to end the game. Kyle Duggar, playing in the fourth quarter of a second preseason game, it just shows how much he's fallen, and it has me concerned because if he's getting reps in the final end of the game, what does the team think about him? Are they going to trade him? You can't cut him. He makes way too much money. So I don't know what the Patriots are going to do with Kyle Duggar. He did have a nice interception. He did have a nice pick, but is he going to be a cut candidate? I don't think the Patriots want to take $14 million in dead cap. That's just not going to happen. I like the interception. He did let up a couple catches, but he is fighting for a spot in the rotation at least. Or as I talked about it in my preview, if he's playing in the fourth quarter, they're trying to build up and build up and build up his trade value as much as possible so some team can see it and be able to really is Kyle Duggar's future in New England really going to be there going into the 2025 season? I don't know. I truly don't know, man, because he was a starter last year. He's been a starter. What are we doing here? A guy like that is playing in the fourth quarter of a second preseason game. Anthony Jennings wasn't even on the field at this point. He wasn't even on the field. And at that point, you're kind of just like, yeah, he showed out. Efton Chism showed out. The guys that are probably going to get cut, like Jeremiah Webb was dropping passes. John Giles was dropping passes. Those are guys you see in the fourth quarter. Now you have Kyle Duggar. I don't know. I truly don't know what the future holds for him. I wish the best for him, but I don't think he's going to be a part of this Patriots roster for much longer going into this season. It's a solid win. A very, very solid win. 20-12 win over the Vikings. In our watch party today, we had Vikings fans going in. Yeah, you guys are talking, blah, 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 blah. And then they just disappeared. They just absolutely disappeared once the game ended because that's what they do. Talk, 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 can't walk the walk. Big win for the Patriots, though. 20-12. 2-0 in the preseason to start Vrabel's tenure as head coach of the New England Patriots. So go down in the comments section for me. Grade the Pats win. A, B, C, D, or F. It came down to the wire. There was 3 seconds left. And Kyle Duggar got the interception. You brought the house on Max Brosmer. You got the pressure, and you ended up getting in the interception and securing the victory. Go down in the comments section right now. Give me an A, B, C, D, or F for the Patriots win. And if you made it to the end of the video, if you love the Pats, if you're tuning in to every single watch party, well, you want to hit that subscribe button because we'll be live on Wednesday for our live show, and we'll also be live on Thursday as the Patriots take on the New York Giants. Death, taxes, Patriots playing the Giants in the preseason. It's on Prime. We don't know if you have Prime, so if you don't, you can tune into our watch party. Hit that sub button, and as always, let's go Pats.